It's your girl Dollar. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that post notification bell so you guys don't miss any of my videos. Welcome back, guys. You can see by the title, I wanted to do a little story time of the time I had my oldest daughter at a young age, and that is the age of 14. And I guess I wanted to really speak of this story and say, just because I'm not afraid, I'm not hiding it, and because behind that, it made me who I am today. It made me a lot stronger. It motivated me to strive harder, to achieve my goals, to dream big and never give up. And I feel like this is something really, really personal, and I always wanted to speak my story because I know I'm not the only one, and I know maybe me speaking out of it could help a lot more young moms that are going through it, are about to start going through something similar, and they could feel that they're not alone. They know that they're not alone, and they could understand me, where I come from and how I went about it. So I remember I was in 7th grade, and my 7th grade year just ended. I was just about to go to 8th grade, and I found out in August. I went into a doctor's visit for a whole different topic, basically. Like, I didn't go for pregnancy. It was first for my period, because so growing up, when I was having like really, really, really strong cramps, and if you guys know, been through that, like, know how bad it could get. Trust me, period cramps, your menstrual cramps could get really, really bad. And for me, trust me guys, it got so bad that doctors really had to like give me pills for it and all types medications to maintain my pain in a certain level, because it was really, really bad, guys. So I remember going, and I remember already knowing that I wasn't receiving, like, getting my period. I wasn't getting it for like already like 3-4 months already, but I'm young. I was just ignoring it, like, whatever. But like, I already knew I probably was, but I didn't know how to face my parents and tell them myself. So I remember going into this doctor's appointments, into this office, into this room, and I remember that this doctor, mind you, it was in the clinic for pregnancy, because they also do deal with menstrual cramp, like all types of other stuff. So I remember she was checking me, and she's like, okay, she was checking my stomach and letting me know, asking me where do I usually feel my pains at, my menstrual, like 1 through 10, how bad is it, how does it get? So I'm over here like basically lying, because I have not been receiving my period for like 3 to 4 months already. So as she could already start going around my stomach, she obviously could feel baby already. And I remember the doctor stepping my mom out, because my mom was the one who came in with me to the room. She took her out and in the waiting area for her to be able to speak with me. And I remember sitting back up and trying to button my skirt at that time, putting my skirt up, buttoning it up, and I couldn't, and I got frustrated. I was like, I was just like that. And she was like, you think you're pregnant, right? And I was like, I think so. She was like, I know you are. And she made me take a pregnancy test, a urine test, and it came back positive. So with her, she believed, she was like, you're about 18 weeks already. No, I'm lying. You're about 16, 17 weeks already. So yeah, like 18 weeks. You're about the like how many weeks? And I was like, wow. She was like, yeah. And I remember that really like the back of my head, because it's a story that obviously matured me so much, and I went through so much, guys. And I remember that was on a Friday, and I remember telling them, look, I don't know how to tell my parents, and for some reason I already knew my dad was gonna be there. And so I remember the doctor putting me in this bigger room, like a conference room, and I had both my parents there. And I remember her, you know, with other doctors, like nurses, you know, trying to break it down to them, like she's pregnant. Obviously there's a lot of resources for her out here, that she's not alone. If she doesn't want to keep the baby, there's obviously different ways to go about it, because we could do a termination, like end the pregnancy now before it's too late, since she's already this far along, or there's a different option, is giving up the baby for adoption. And that was not gonna be any of my options. Obviously I was like, no, I'm keeping my child, because I did this, and I didn't want to grow up knowing I did that. And that's just my personal opinion, guys. That's just my belief. Like, I didn't want to go through that, and I know there's other moms that feel like that's the only option they had to. And I'm not, like, you know, throwing shade at any of them. Like, you do what you believe is the best for you. And for me personally, I believe the best thing was for me to just, being young, I kept the child, because I know my parents was really hurt. They were really upset, but most importantly, they were really hurt. Like, I feel like I destroyed them as their only daughter. Guys, I'm sorry, but it's like really personal, and I really wanted to speak out because I know it could help a lot of moms out there. But being the only daughter, I know I really broke my dad's heart. I know I broke my mom's heart. So but one thing I am really thankful is that they never neglected me. They never at that time they didn't neglect me. Yeah, like, our relationship got like really, really, really bad, but my mom was really, really there during that pregnancy. She helped me a lot. I did not stop going to school. I finished my 8th grade year. I had her in January. Was out for those 6 weeks after I had my child, and I remember going back to school. I finished my middle school, and then I went to high school. My mom at that time, she was not working, so her and my grandma were the ones taking care of my daughter while I continue my education. And oh guys, I got so emotional, but it's something really hard, and I really wanted to speak about it. So I remember doing that. I remember my whole family, like my aunts and uncle, I remember, like, so when the doctors brought my parents and me into that conference room, I don't know how fast the word spread out that not even leaving the clinic, not even leaving the whole the office, my whole family, like pretty much my aunts and my uncle from my dad's side, they were already there in the waiting room, and everybody was hurt. Everybody was, you know, really sad, hurt, guys. And that's something I've never forgotten, seeing the hurt in everybody's eyes. Like, I let them down, but that made me like strike harder. That made me keep going, most importantly for my child that I'm bringing into the world. I remember my dad not speaking to me pretty much the whole pregnancy. I remember having a baby shower that my mom went all out, and my dad couldn't even stand to turn around to look at me opening the gifts because he was so hurt that his little girl was about to be a mom. She's like a baby having a baby. So I knew for a fact he was just sitting down crying, and he couldn't like hold himself together. Guys, so that's pretty much how much like the beginning of my pregnancy went. I was already pretty much like 4 or 5 months when I found out. That was on a Friday. They told me to come back the next Monday at the same weekend, and so they told me to come back, and I went back to the same clinic. The same doctor decided to do an ultrasound to see how far along I am. So it confirmed she was really right. I was 18 weeks. So she first gave me an estimate. She believed I was like 16, 17 weeks. But when she did the ultrasound, it kind of showed more. I was about 18 weeks. So that was that. So that was the first time I pretty much got to see the baby, and just me. My mom was there, and she was crying. I remember that was on a Monday. That same Thursday, I already had my other official ultrasound in the other clinic, and that's when I found out that I was having a girl. And found out I was having a girl, so it got pretty exciting. I mean, it was just weird. Like, I was just numb to everything. I was like, okay, like I'm young, I'm only 14. Okay, what do I do now? Was not allowed to see my child's father at all my whole pregnancy. I was not allowed, and it was really hard because I have a phone. My phone was taken away. Basically, I was going through all this alone with no one to talk to, no friends around, no one. Just go straight to school, come back home, go to church, come back home, go to bed, go wake up in the morning, go to school, come back home. Same routine for a bit. Now, remember, yeah, the whole baby shower passing, probably that was I think we believe I had the baby shower. I was due for January. I believe we had it for November or December, the beginning of December or something. But that was that. I remember another thing was my brother, when he found out, one of my oldest, he's no longer here with us. But I remember when he found out through my mom, and I remember my mom telling me that he stormed off. He was hurt. He was like really upset. And trust me, like hearing that, I was like, at that time I was like, oh my god, you guys are overreacting, just like stop. But I knew where they were all coming from. I know they were hurt. I know they were disappointed, being the only daughter, being the only girl, and being that young. They were so disappointed. Things happen. I was young. It was a mistake, but I don't consider her a child ever a mistake. She's my baby. She's the love of my life. She's my best friend. She's currently 8 years old now. I am 23, and she's my baby. She's my twin, guys. Can't wait to do a video with her so you guys could meet her if you guys don't know who she is. A little bit more about this